discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's akrs.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through August 17th, enjoy 6-ounce bacon-wrapped filet mignon for $9.99 each. Bulk bacon $4.99 per pound. And a 2-day sale on Friday and Saturday, including 10-pound tubes of 85% ground beef at $4.99 per pound. And a 4-pound box of snow crab clusters for $49.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome in to the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, August 17th, and we are joined in studio not by Harrison, but by Jake. Not Jake from early break. This is the other Jake, Jake Bachhoven.
Which is probably why they called him Bach.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just now getting that.
But I'm going to call him Jake today.
2 and 2 together.
Because Jake Sorensen would never be in with us. I mean, we're the Sunday show, you know. He's the big wig of the station, you know. So he's Monday through Friday. But Jake, we've made it to college football season. Yesterday was the final Saturday with no college football until January. What did you do with the family? What did you do yesterday to enjoy this last day of not having football consume your life?
Well, it's funny because it, of course, is also wedding season, so you got to get that going. And so I've got a few weddings before next Saturday. One was this past Saturday, and then one will be this Friday. But thankful to those folks for not putting on a Husker Saturday.
Oh
otherwise,
boy, you brought up
tough.
That is a sore subject in our house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we don't. I don't go to any. I say, there's like 8,000 hours in a year. And all I ask in my life is for 36 hours, right? Can you give me 36 hours that I can watch Nebraska and don't get married?
So what if someone got married on a Sunday during football season?
Sunday's fine because I'm not like life and death. I'm a Bears fan. It's not life and death to me. Like Nebraska's life and death.
Okay.
It is like you can't miss, right? And in today's age, like you can't record the game. Oh, just record it and watch it later. You can't do that because, I'm sure you're the same way as me. On game days, your phone you just text. It was just like nonstop. Like you'd have to like literally just turn your phone off. And then I get to be like, if somebody knows something and I look at them, I start judging their face. Oh my gosh. What's going on? I can't believe this.
Oh, we lost. And then the next look will be like, wait, you just smiled. Does that mean we won? Just reads into everything. He's terrible about that, about TV shows too. If I find out a spoiler on a TV
like
show,
Survivor,
and I'll just tell him like, oh, I accidentally saw something. He's like, we might as well not watch it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, you don't know.
I know, but you do. And I know you know. There
was one last Survivor or something. Katie was like, I saw something and I'm like, don't tell your dad that you know.
Yeah, it's tough.
You become a body language an analyst.
I am.
What do you think you know?
Could work for the behavior
The BAU.
The BAU for the FBI.
I don't think so.
No, I probably
You're
couldn't.
terrible at it because it goes either way.
All right. So you had a wedding. So that kind of took up a lot of the day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was most of the day. Thankfully, my mother was able to watch my son, so I was
Good.
able to have some
Some fun.
some wedding experience fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of chasing him around.
Right. Yeah. And it was cool. So Nathan Brennan, who used to work here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He got married to Carly Severs of the Husker softball team.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, but he's got a history with Virginia Tech. Obviously, went to Virginia Tech, and so they brought in. I don't know if it was the actual mascot or a very good-looking
Wow.
faux mascot, but they brought the Hokie in.
Oh,
cool.
okay.
So that was pretty cool.
Now, where did they get married in Kansas City, or was it here?
It was here in Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know he moved down there.
Yeah. I think that I believe that's where they still live. I should probably know. So I went to their wedding, but they went down there for some schooling and a job opportunity. Yeah. So I don't know if that's where they're gonna end up, but that's where they are now.
All right. Well, that's cool. We didn't do much yesterday. We just kind of
No.
relaxed.
I had a really busy week. So Jake, I don't know, and I'm sure none of our listeners know either, but Wednesday I went to a concert, and I don't know if you're probably a little too old unless you had younger siblings. Do you know who Big Time Rush is?
I do not. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I know.
It's fine.
No. So Big Time Rush was a TV show in the late 2000s on Nickelodeon. It was like a TV show about a boy band. And it was our daughter, who's 22 now. It was her first boy band that she got into. So we've seen them 4 times. And so I went to Kansas City to see Big Time Rush again, which is funny because they all, 2 of them are married and have kids and stuff. But so that was the long Wednesday. We drove down to Kansas City, went to the concert, drove home the next morning. So I needed yesterday to just kind of recoup. But
And we
get
get up.
concert. So if any of our listeners know who Big Time Rush is, I'm interested to see if anybody does. Hardly any adults know. Usually you have to be in your 20s to know who they to have watched them on TV.
Yeah, so if there's any texters out there that know who Big Time Rush is, you can give us a shout out, 402-464-5685. David from Manu texted in and said, please call him Bach.
Okay, so we're calling you Bach.
We don't want to get people confused.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people call me around here, I suppose.
Yeah. We will. But
And then John and Cortland texted in and said, Sorensen's still recovering from a squirrel issue. Good morning, Bach. I clocked in at 4 and on a roll. So we appreciate you guys listening. Texting.
Yeah. Woo.
Now, Bach, I know that
Texters.
you're during the week here, you're used to sitting in studio with great Husker athletes. You got Terrell Farley, Hall of Famer, All-American, Adam Carricker. You get to sit with these great. So I just wanted to let you know that I do have some football playing experience. Just so you know, I want to make you feel a little more comfortable.
Anybody who's listened to our show for any amount of time is truly rolling their eyes right now.
Well, I have one career interception.
Hey, that was a big
in
moment.
high school. It was on the JV game, and I was a senior.
Okay.
And it was on a 4th down play. And looking back, I probably should have just let the ball fall down because I cost our team about 25 yards in
Field position.
field position. But I do have one career interception.
Yeah,
but
now you got the story to tell.
That's
Absolutely,
right.
Pick it off when you
Such a
can.
Great story.
So, like I said,
you had hopes probably of running it all the way.
I did, but I got
Right.
tackled immediately. But at least I caught the ball.
You did. Yeah.
And then I just went right down. But I like I said, I do have some playing experience. So
Well, now I know. I learned something today. I didn't know seniors could play on JV.
well,
Back in the 90s.
there's a lot
could.
of things that I did you probably weren't aware of. Like we had so many kids. I went to Waukee. I know Nicole's she's rolling her eyes now.
I
Here we
didn't
go
roll
again.
my eyes. It's fine.
So I went to Waukee High School, which now it's one of the biggest high schools in the country. I mean, we just got a commit there from Colin Rice, who goes to Waukee. But when I went there, it was a really teeny tiny school. I had 90 kids in my class. But in my grade, I graduated in 96. And in my grade, we had 30, 35 kids go out for basketball. So, and it was, no cut. Obviously, everybody made the team. So when we were playing in our freshman games or even the JV, to get the kids that weren't as good, which was me.
Which you're actually good at basketball. So
Well,
I've seen you play basketball.
I mean, I was
Right.
okay back in
Okay.
the day.
Yeah.
So to get the kids playing time, when the real team went into the locker room for the halftime, we played the little game at halftime.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's real awesome.
Did you play against each other?
No,
or did
we
you play?
played against players from the other team.
Oh, okay.
So
That would
when
have been so much better that you played each other.
scrimmage,
Dang it!
like
I
the
wish
red white.
That would have been something we learned for the very first time.
No.
It was a scrimmage.
We did not scrimmage against each other. We actually
it.
played against other teams.
Okay.
The lesser players that couldn't play in the real games. But
So it was a thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I never knew that. But
so we were the halftime entertainment, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty
but
good
you
for
weren't, in
entertainment.
your defense, you weren't a senior then.
No, I was like freshman
Okay.
or sophomore.
You just
know.
stopped playing basketball.
I wasn't a
after that.
senior and played in like the JV halftime games or anything like that.
Okay.
But so yeah, we did that at my school also. And there's a couple times I hit some threes, but the thing is, the head coach, he never saw it because he was in the locker room talking to the real players. So it never really amounted to anything. But
And no one else saw it either because they were all going to the bathroom
getting
and
their popcorn.
I like that idea though. Halftime, let's have another basketball game. I'm all for more basketball.
Yeah. So that's my, I do have some sports background.
Okay.
I played some stuff. I mean, not as decorated as Adam Carricker or Terrell Farley.
You do
but
have some trophies.
do have a few trophies, ping pong trophy,
Church
just
ping pong.
minor,
Ping pong's hard.
Table tennis.
I'll give you credit for that
He
one.
is good at that.
minor things.
You are good at ping pong.
Yeah.
Decent at bowling.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a few. I was like the PE, guy,
The
right?
kid who took PE too seriously. That was
Oh,
good.
okay. Nice.
Yeah. Kickball, like all those things. I mean, tried so hard in PE.
PE MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, I should get you a shirt. that
We do
says
have a few texts come in.
Big Time Rush.
I'll tell you what, the text lines, it must be you, Bach, because
Love it.
we don't get this many texts this early
This
in
is
the show.
awesome.
This is
People
great.
waking
We
up.
also weren't in studio last week, so maybe everyone missed us.
They did. So Quattro texted and said, unfortunately, I know Big Time Rush.
Unfortunately, that hurts my heart.
Hoff from Lincoln said Big Time Rush was the best.
Thank you.
I'm in mid 20s. So mid 20s,
so-
which is our daughter. Well, she's 22.
22. So this one, just now that we have people interested, this show, they were playing every song from their TV show because it was a TV show about a boy band. And so people dressed up as like characters from the show. So if you've watched Big Time Rush, you'll know. And my daughter is just never like passes up an opportunity to like wear a costume. So she dressed up like the producer Gustavo, and I dressed up like Bandana Man. And if you know, you know. And I was probably the oldest person dressed up in the whole thing. I was not the only person. Thank goodness. I was a little worried. I'm like, Katie, if we get there and I'm the only person, we're the only people dressed up, I'm screwed at this point because I'm all in. So yeah, if you're really interested, you could Google Bandana Man and I went all in.
If
And I
you
was not the
guys
only
were
one.
the only ones, maybe you would have got called up on stage or something.
Maybe. I don't know. But I was definitely the oldest person dressed up like anything. But it was really fun. It was really fun.
Yep. And my fun will be in 2 weeks because I'm going down to Kansas City for the Husker game
Also with our daughter.
with our daughter. And I tried to say, what do you think is going to be more fun? Big Time Rush or the Husker game?
Big Time Rush.
She said Big Time Rush.
That's what Katie said too.
Because
Fair
she
enough.
knows it's like, so I'm thinking like, we've been watching, I don't know if you've watched there's a documentary called SCC on Netflix.
Oh, I've seen it. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it.
Super good. I mean, it's like inside the games. I mean, it's really, really good. So Ben and I have watched the first 4 episodes, but it's like, it goes into the Vanderbilt Bama game. I mean, it is super good. Like it'll get your football juices flowing. It's awesome.
As
So,
if they ever stop in our house.
well, but like, it's so good. So we watched a couple more episodes
I
yesterday.
took a nap.
Yeah, Nicole took a nap, but so we're watching like into the game situation, like South Carolina was playing LSU and they missed a field goal. And I looked at Ben and I was just like, why do we like sports? I mean, because in 12 days, I'm going to be at Arrowhead. And before that game, when it's ready to kick off, I'm going to feels sick, right? Like you're just,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? But so I don't know why we put ourselves through this.
Well, and that answers your question why Katie knew that Big Time Rush was going to be more fun than the Husker game.
But I'll tell you, if we win,
She's excited
it'll be more fun
to go. No,
as we're partying.
she still won't think that. I promise. Sorry.
But yeah, so
She's more of a music fan than she is a football fan, I would say. And she's a pretty big football fan. I've gone to a lot of concerts with Katie, and she also likes a lot of like heavy metal bands. I've been in more mosh pits with Katie than like boy band concerts, although we have seen Big Time Rush 4 times. First time was in 2011. She was just little girl. So her first concert.
Bach, are you a mosh pit person? Like, would you go get in a mosh pit?
No, I never have been. Even when I was younger, there's just that there seems to be a lot of violence. And such.
There is,
Yes.
but when I'm with her, it's me more trying to make sure but also like, okay, if you've ever seen a mosh pit, you think that it looks very violent, but there is definitely a control and order in a mosh pit. And like, it's usually the men going after other men. Like they're usually going after each other. So like, we can just kind of be on the, just
on the outskirts,
kind of
like
have fun. Yeah.
close
They're
in.
not trying to knock over like the smallest person in the mosh pit. So it's actually not as scary as you think. It's kind of fun.
If I was ever in a mosh pit, I feel like they would be coming after me.
Probably because you would have so much fear in your eyes. You can't have fear. You can't show the fear. You have to be confident, and
And when I go to a concert, I'm kind of an old fuddy-duddy. I want a seat.
I don't. I want to be standing the whole time. We
my
stood the
ticket?
whole time. I wore my MyZone, my heart rate monitor, and I burned almost 400 calories during that concert.
Well, I don't mind standing.
We were dancing.
I just want to. I just want a seat, assigned seat, where I'm like, okay, I'm in
we had assigned seats.
section A, row
had assigned
3, seat
seats.
2.
There was no one like in the 4 seats next to us though. So Katie and I got.
Oh, you had 6 seats. Then
so
you
much room for activities.
I thought that would be fun.
Yeah, we were dancing and singing, and
I don't mind standing the whole time, but I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I just don't want to be in like a big on the floor with like no seats.
Yeah, no, I've stood for concerts so many times with Katie. Oh my gosh. Yes, she usually wants to be on the floor right by the stage.
Yeah,
in those concerts. That's why you don't go to concerts with her.
No, I don't. So we also had a text. John and Cortland said, "Great guys, one and all." Terrell had a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to
shout
Terrell
out.
Farley.
Big 50, actually.
He's 50.
Yeah.
Not much older than I am.
No. Nope.
So we got a few minutes here before we go to break. I'll tell you what, Bach, I am just ready for. We need to kick the ball off for the season because like all this stuff with jerseys, and I was just like, I just need to like actually watch some games.
Why are you acting like you're not being a fuddy-duddy about the jerseys?
So,
you're
okay.
acting like, oh, this rigmarole about it. And you were one of the first people I heard complaining about
Okay,
it.
so I am a I know, but
Purist.
it's just like we bicker about all these little things, but it's like
That's because it's in your algorithm.
But see, yes, I'm an old fuddy-duddy, right? I am a like
You have to wear red to the Husker games.
Yes, you can't go with me unless you're wearing red.
Uh-oh.
Can't sit next to me
What
unless
about
you're wearing red.
the blackout you're not a big fan of?
So
He
okay,
hates it.
but I'm not gonna be the person that won't wear black, right?
Mm.
So I'm gonna go along with the group and I will wear black. I mean,
Won't be happy about
I might
it.
wear like this Farrell sweatshirt or something, but I'm not. So I
Because
think
we
it's,
don't own a black Husker sweatshirt.
no, but we
No.
might have to get some.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm the type of person we go to games
Ben
where it's
has
just
one.
like if I see somebody, this really irritates me. If I see somebody at a Nebraska football game wearing gray, what are you doing with your life? Like in the morning when you decided, oh, what am I going to wear to the Husker game today? I got red. Maybe I got a red jersey. I got red. Oh, maybe I have a black shirt or a white Husker. No, I'm going to put on this gray shirt to wear. That drives me nuts.
If it's
right?
got a Husker logo on it,
Oh, no, it
It
doesn't
drives
matter.
me nuts.
still doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're the sea of red, right?
Mhm.
Not the sea of gray, not the sea of white. And I'm a forgiving with white, a little forgiving because it is our colors,
Yeah,
red and white.
Yeah.
But gray
whatever.
is like
We've had very deep discussions about my attire before.
we've gotten a little argument
A little
about she was
spat.
wearing to the games. Like she couldn't wear a certain because it wasn't red
It
enough.
was the black jumper, but I was wearing a white shirt or red shirt under it, and it was not good enough, and I had to change.
And you changed
I did.
because I had the ticket, right?
I did.
To either wear what I want, but no, like,
Ooh.
but I think even like worse, like I don't want to be the person that's like for this blackout for USC.
You'll
like,
wear it.
I'm
Be
not
red.
gonna go wear red,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna follow just because I think it would be
I
worse to
still
be that
think
person.
that'll be cool. I'm fine with it.
You know, Bach, I know you're like a traditionalist. Like you like the
Yeah.
logos and the colors and like, you know, to me, like I wish they would have done like Northwestern, right? We're playing Northwestern
Why?
because like USC and Nebraska are like two of the top 10 programs of all time. So it's like visually on TV, you want the white helmet with the red N against the red helmet and the yellow Trojan, right? Like that
Yeah.
to me looks
But I
amazing
think
on
is
television.
that why? Because they have red in their colors
No.
too, that we decided to try the blackout with
No.
USC.
But I know it's not all about me. It's the players. Like I send it to Ben, our 18-year-old who's going to be a freshman at UNL. So I send him the pictures of like, you know, with Dylan in the cornfield, and I just send him that, and he sends me back a little
That's sick.
fire emoji.
Yeah, he loves alternate uniforms.
So like even Coach Roll on his press conference last night, he's like, the players ask me every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So it's about them. It's not about me. You know, I'm going to be there regardless, and I'll wear whatever. So
Well, it's the day after Halloween. You could just find a good
Grim
Halloween,
Reaper
yeah,
or
something like that.
something.
Yeah.
yep, day after Halloween. Hopefully it's a night game because that'd be more cool if it was at night. But but I'm just like seeing people argue back and forth, and I don't go on social media. Like,
No, you just
get
complain to me
chiming in. Yeah,
about
I
it.
complain to you, but I don't make it. You know, I'm not going and arguing with somebody.
know.
Like you see people like, oh, this is ridiculous. And the next person says, stay at home. I mean, it's like, we just bicker. And then my favorite is like during the season, like when we start losing, the season's going off the rails when you start seeing the who's a better fan argument, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I stayed till the bitter end. And it's like, I want to just be complaining. I like back in the days when we could complain about like,
Did
I
we
used to
run
get-
up the score too
yeah,
much?
I used to get so upset. Like, for example, if you remember Troy Davis,
Oh,
a
yeah.
running back from Iowa State. So I was at the game when they played in Ames, and Nebraska, this was like 96. Nebraska held him to, I mean, he had like 30 yards and 3/4, just shut him down. So we're up like 49-0. All the backups are in, third stringers, fourth stringers, and they
the
ran
Jeff
him.
Essinks were on the field.
I was out there playing defensive back, you know, and so everybody's out there, and they hand him the ball freaking every single time. And he rushes for like 130 yards in the fourth quarter.
Mm.
So then it's
Right.
like, oh, Troy Davis.
That's what you
100
complained about
Yep,
on the way home.
That's what I complained about back then. 165 yards against the black shirt. He just tore him up.
Mm.
No, he didn't actually. But so I long for those days when we could complain about something like that. Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, we'll see. Maybe this is your year.
because we got to complain about something, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. Well, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. 93.7 is Fitness Fanatics.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. The most recommended. Used His Body Shop. That's who we are.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option: Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to the Fitness Fanatics. So if you've been joining us over the last 5 weeks, we've been doing a series kind of following along with our 10-week challenge of our different themes that we have every single week. So we are starting week 6 tomorrow in this 10-week challenge for the summer. The fall 10-week challenge begins on October 11th. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely reach out to us, fxblincoln.com. We'd love to have you. So we're going to just quickly recap the first 5 weeks and then kind of talk about what we're going to be our week 6 theme. And then I don't know, Nicole, did we ever do our results for like the
No, because you told me to wait.
Yeah, because we still have a few more people to get them done. But so as we're hopefully you've been joining us over this series. And so at the end of week 5, we always do like 5-week testing where we do body composition, measurements, push-ups, sit-ups, because through the first 5 weeks, it's always like, it's tough. You're sore, you're eating healthy. And sometimes you're not seeing physical changes in the mirror because you get up and you look at yourself every day and you're like, well, I don't see anything. Oh, I don't see anything. Where people might start seeing it in you if they haven't seen you for a couple weeks. But week 5 is when really you kind of start to get some tangible evidence that, wow, this is working.
Well, and I like to call it troubleshooting too. We just like to see if we need to make any changes or we get the idea of like, I know a lot of people like Jim, for example, and when I did his measurements and talked to him yesterday, he was like, I haven't been taking the nutrition super seriously until like this week, so, and that's fine.
And he had some good changes.
Yeah, he did. So like sometimes you have to kind of see what you can get away with. You don't have to be 100% perfect to still see changes. So that's what I like about week 5 too. As long as you have the right mindset going into it.
Yeah. And like Jen, who I just did hers yesterday, she had her birthday was last Saturday and they had a birthday party for her. And she, went on a little cupcake binge. And I'm just like, that's okay. We don't want our members to be the type of person that's like, well, I'm doing ferals and I just can't eat this.
I can't eat a cupcake
I can't
for my birthday.
do this or like I have to skip everything. We want you to live in real life because at the end of the day, this isn't just about a 10-week block of time throughout your entire life. This is like hopefully the building blocks to something that you can do that's sustainable for a long period of time. So with that being said, we're just kind of recapping the first 5 weeks. So week 1, we talked about goals, setting goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, those types of things. Any comments on goals?
No, we've talked about it a lot.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's funny because yesterday what were we talking about? Where I was like, well, we talk about the same stuff on our show, but people need to hear it over and over.
When we were watching The Biggest Loser doc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, and this is not really a little off course because it all kind of ties in. So a couple of weeks ago, we had brought up that they were doing a Biggest Loser documentary that came out on Friday. So if anybody would watch that, have any comments or just something you want to chime in, feel free to shoot us a text 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line.
It's called Fit for TV.
Fit for TV. It's on Netflix. It's a 3-part documentary. So
is it only 3 parts?
Yeah, only 3 parts. I mean, a couple hours you can watch it. And we were huge Biggest Loser fans. Like we watched the show religiously, and not necessarily to see who lost the most weight, but for me, it was like, number one, I like listening to kind of the emotional side of it. When you start and you're 300, 400, 500 pounds, like there's some baggage there, like reasons why you got that way. So I like listening to that because part of our job in ferals is not just helping them change physically, but helping them change emotionally as well. Navigate. Yes. Yeah. Like I am by far not a psychiatrist. Like I probably need to be seeing a psychiatrist.
Right. You would be your biggest
3 or
client.
4 times a week, actually, if I could do that. Yeah. But just kind of helping them, with food and stuff like that. So I really like watching that part of it. And then I like watching the workouts because I can be like, ooh, what can I do this in class? This is something new. We need to do this in the kickboxing class. So those were part of the things that we watched. But, so watching that and it was interesting because some of the people that they had on the documentary, like hated their experience, said it ruined their life. They got nothing out of it. It was the worst thing they've ever done. And then there were a couple gals on there that said this was the greatest thing I've ever done. Like
Mhm.
I named my son after Bob Harper, or her
Okay.
daughter.
I don't know.
Named the daughter Harper.
I thought that was a little too much.
Well,
but
I mean, hey, if a Pharaoh's
No,
member
please don't.
name their child Jeff
Don't do that.
after me, that would be
We have had a member name their dog after you. Remember Blake?
named the Jeff.
He has a dog named Jeff.
He
Yes,
does?
You know that because you were like, that's the greatest name ever. He's had it
Oh.
for a while.
I forgot about
Blake
that.
was back in Iowa.
Yeah, Blake
Tell-
Toll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe
cool.
he named it after you.
But just kind of watching that scene, like, okay, some people had a great experience.
Yeah.
Some people the worst experience of their life. So I think about our 10-week challengers, how like some people like
You talked about this on the show.
yeah, like take like Mark Unweiler, for example, took everything to heart, followed the program, had just incredible changed his life. And then you have people that start with us that after 2 weeks, they're like, this is stupid. And they quit. Like they hear the same thing. Everybody hears the same thing. And some people do it and some people don't.
That's true in anything. That's true in anything. That's true in like you can see that when you go and read reviews for things. Some people think
Yeah,
it's the
movie
greatest.
review. Yeah.
Movie reviews, restaurant reviews,
Black
product reviews,
black uniforms.
Yeah, right. Yes, like because we're all different.
Right.
So you see that in everything. But yes, that's why we're talking about that in terms of like
Well,
goals
just
and
hearing
stuff.
over and
Yeah.
over because we need to hear things a
Yes.
lot to,
Yeah,
be,
'cause
to be
you-
reminded.
You were like, that's it. I'm inspired. And I'm like, it was, I don't
I'm
think you were supposed to
inspired.
get inspired by that, And he's like, no, you just like to hear, you're very susceptible.
Well, like because we were saying that you're like, it's not like you haven't heard this before. We
Yeah.
watched the entire series.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
sometimes it's like,
yeah, because at the end you're like, that was great. And I was like, really? It was really nothing that I didn't expect it to be. I thought it was good. And I, of course, was interested in watching it, but I was like, this wasn't really anything new. The producers and the people on the show taking no accountability for the damage that they've done, but then wanting to be very excited about the happy parts of this story. And that's human nature too. And so
And
I wasn't
pe-
surprised, but
and people blaming the show for
Right.
them gaining their weight back.
Yeah.
And people taking responsibility. Like the one guy was like, I chose what I put in my mouth.
Right.
I made the decision to eat this stuff and gain my weight back.
Yeah.
So you have some people taking responsibility, some people blaming everybody else, which is another thing in society today, which is a topic that I am not qualified to talk about.
Right.
So yeah, it was just, you just got to hear things over and over and hopefully eventually it'll click.
Yep.
Be like, oh, well,
No, it's true.
maybe
That's why we
need
talk
that.
about a lot of the same things over and
Yeah.
over again.
So that's week 1 was goals. Week 2, talked about discipline. Again, these kind of all tie in together.
They're all very similar for sure.
Discipline is
I think the biggest discipline take that we had epiphany was the reframing what discipline really means, because when we were kids, discipline was a bad thing.
right. Bach, discipline in
That
your
was
house.
like new.
Something you're scared of, right?
Yes.
You don't want mom or dad to discipline
you.
in my house, meaning here comes the belt.
Yeah.
So
in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Yes. But
So
now
that one was a big kind of takeaway, I thought, that was like interesting, where like maybe that's kind of a block in some people's minds of like what discipline really means. It's not supposed to be a punishment. It's supposed to be like a positive kind of mindset of like doing, what needs to be done. You don't want to do it.
yeah, that's tough. And then week 3 is integrity. And, my kind of main takeaway from that is integrity is doing something when nobody's watching you.
Yeah.
Right. So
And I don't even think it's that. It's just being honest about what you're doing when nobody's watching. It's not like it's bad. It's not like you don't have good integrity if you're not able to like stick with your meal plan 100%, but being honest with yourself about how
so not logging the 2 donuts you ate for breakfast.
I didn't eat 2 donuts for
It
breakfast.
was an example.
Yeah, but you were looking at me.
Not you this morning.
I know, but still.
I just mean in general.
You
So
could have
it's like,
said the 2 donuts I ate this morning, but you also did. Well, I don't know. Maybe you did when you left the house, but
no, I didn't.
um,
You would have seen the charge come in for yeah.
anyway, yeah, I think that's the difference between it. Really with integrity, it's like being honest with the effort that you're putting in and and realizing that is going to have an effect on your results and being okay with that. If you know you're not doing perfectly, your attendance isn't perfect, your nutrition isn't perfect, then like not turning around and being like, well, this isn't working.
Well, that's especially like when we have our week 5 check-ins, because
I love it when people are honest and they're just like, yeah, no, I haven't really been focusing on the nutrition too much, and I'm like, well, that's great, because now you have a lot of things, little things that you can do to make big results in the next 5 weeks.
Right. And I'm one guy I was doing, ask, well, how's nutrition going? Well, I'm working on it. I said, well, we're going to find out right now how it's going. So you can tell me whatever you want. When we get on here to see your body composition, we're going to know what's happening.
Everyone gets nervous. And I'm like, there's nothing to be nervous about at this point. Like, it is what it is.
Right.
There's like being nervous, being happy, excited isn't going to change the outcome. It is what it is. So be neutral.
If you have great result, if you had great results, keep going.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
And that's what our theme here for this week is dedication. So that was week 3, integrity. Week 4 was courage. I think the most courageous thing is for somebody to actually make the decision to start.
Yeah, start anything new, but start any fitness routine.
Yeah, kind of saying, I need some help. I can't do this on my own. And walking in the door and taking that first step. That's really just the hardest part. And then week 5 was commitment. And that's just, making a commitment to yourself, to your family, whatever to your coach, to your team, that, hey, I'm going to stick this through when things get tough and you don't want to come and you don't want to show up, you don't want to work out. You made a commitment, so let's stick to it.
Yep.
Right. And 2, your kids are watching.
Yep.
Right?
People are watching.
People
Not
are
just
watching.
Your kids, it's like, that was why we really liked Biggest Loser, was that inspiration, being inspired by other people's stories and stuff. And so it's like, people understand your level of commitment. And at some point, like you said, the people who were constantly blaming other people for, not having success, that level of commitment, it kind of becomes part of your character too, where it's like, and that's fine. We're not
blaming others.
Yeah. And just, if you're not committed to this, then somebody might be questioning how committed you are in other things. And that's not necessarily always how it is, but, and we're not all 100% on our character on everything. Like, we all have character flaws, but I think that's the farther reaching part of that commitment. Like, if you see someone commit to something, like, I think of yo-yo dieting a lot with that, where people jump from one thing to another, to another, to another, like that, that their level of commitment in it is really not where it needs to be for them to have long-term results.
Doing different things.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how, like, we've had, some of the most successful business people in their fields start with us. And just not committed at all to their health. But outside of the health and fitness, just rock stars.
You're willing to give more to other people than you are to yourself.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just you. That's all you have. So sometimes that can be like a little bit of a wake-up call for people too. Like, I should be committing to my health as much as I commit to everyone else, because at the end of the day, if you don't have that health, then you're not able to give 100% to other people either, which is another part of dedication, I think.
Yep. So again, just a quick recap. We had goals, discipline, integrity, courage, commitment, and week 6 is dedication, which is what we are going to talk about in hour number 2, but we will throw it to break. And when we come back, we're going to get to know Bach a little bit. We're going to ask Bach his favorite NFL team and how he became a fan of that team. So that's coming up. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, will treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
The trip of the summer is coming. Collective Soul. Live. Summer Unity Tour 2025. August 21st. Pinewood Bowl Theater in Lincoln's Pioneers Park with Our Lady Peace. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Collective Soul. Live. Our Lady Peace. Together.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We got a short segment here. So typically when we have a guest on, we like to find out a little bit about their favorite NFL team and more importantly, more interestingly, how they became a fan of that team. So Bach, who is your favorite NFL team?
The Arizona Cardinals, the choice I made at a young age that I will probably regret.
I know we were
could have went a different route.
so intrigued when you said that. I'm like, I've never met an Arizona Cardinals fan.
So I'm trying to think like what could have happened that you as a young lad would have been like, this is pretty awesome. I really like this. And the only thing I can think of, and this may have been a little later than when you became a fan, is them going to making a Super Bowl run with Kurt Warner and playing the Steelers. So a fan before that or during that or after?
Yeah, actually a little bit before that. Unfortunately, the 1998 Arizona Cardinals was the team that brought me in, and they made a playoff run. They beat Dallas as the wild card, and then they didn't win until Kurt Warner came back around after that. So it was they tricked me into thinking that they were going to be a competitor.
It could be worse. You could be a Bears fan since
85.
85. So like Jeff.
Yeah, they haven't had a whole lot of success. Yeah, at least they made a Super Bowl run though as well.
So that would have been Aeneas Williams.
Oh yeah,
was on that team.
Yes.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah,
because they kind of ended. That would have been 98. They kind of ended Dallas's run of going to NFC Championship games because they haven't been back since 97.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, does Pete Ferguson know that? You're big.
I don't know. Maybe I should.
Well, he's coming up next.
Yeah.
So
He usually listens, so he might be piping in at some point.
he has your team to thank for ending Dallas's run to those NFC Championship games.
Interesting.
Isn't it funny how we determine?
So, what made you be a fan? Sorry to interrupt, but like, what about that team? Like, because you could have been a Packers fan at that time. Like, you could have made a lot of other choices.
Yeah, I don't know. It was so for some reason. I mean, like even like Iowa State, the Cyclones. I kind of just was drawn to Cardinals or Redbirds. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But then the other thing is, my name is Jake, and there was just not a whole lot of pro athletes named Jake, but Jake the Snake Plummer was their quarterback, and I didn't know about how the history with Nebraska at that point. Because I'm a little young when he went to Arizona State, but I was kind of learning, and so yeah, that was like the one few athletes I should say named Jake that caught my attention, and again they tricked me into being an Arizona Cardinals fan.
That's always how it goes. That's how it goes.
Jake Plummer. Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, I remember that night in Tempe. That was, when you win 26 games in a row and then you lose, it's just like, I tell people, like, I used to cry when Nebraska would lose a game, right? Back then. Now we cry when they win.
Right. Tears
It's
of
like,
joy.
oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And fun fact, our defensive assistant, Phil Snow, he's been around so long that Phil Snow was the defensive coordinator for Arizona State in that game.
Interesting.
So
tough game. Yeah, tough
Interesting
game.
that you know that.
Not the best game.
Well, I heard that. I didn't just know it off the top of my head.
Interesting that stuck in your head.
Yeah, it's amazing what useless facts things stick with us as sports people versus like, she could ask me to, can you bring this home from the gym? Like, can you bring garbage bags home? Yep. And then I just forget.
Yeah. What we didn't talk about was, okay, so you heard that and you remembered it and you said it.
Yep.
So for our listeners, if you were listening last week, it has to be said. The blunder,
or for those who didn't listen last week.
Yeah, or go back and listen. Because last week, when we were talking about our theme, we were doing quotes on commitment, right?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'd expect you to say that. So, Bach, just so you know, we were reading motivational quotes about commitment, and we're going to talk about it, discuss it. I read a quote, we discuss it. It's Jeff's turn to read a quote. He starts talking, and I'm like, are you seriously saying the exact same quote I just said and we just talked about? And he 100% was.
Just went at
didn't even cross your mind.
Nope.
100% confidence, like he made this up and it's the greatest epiphany in the world, and I had literally just said it.
So then it turns into, you don't listen to me, you hurt my feelings. I mean, you know how it is, Bach.
I did not say that it hurt my feelings.
No.
I said it could. It could almost hurt my feelings. You got to try harder than that to hurt my feelings. But
And then I just said, "Are you surprised?"
That's
Like,
what I know.
Shouldn't be surprised at that at all.
So if you didn't listen, I highly recommend you go back and listen to that if you want to hear the biggest blunder in Fitness Fanatics.
Yeah, that was bad.
Believe it.
I was busy looking for a quote. I really wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
It still should have seemed vaguely familiar. It was like 90 seconds ago.
It really didn't at all. I thought, wow, this is an amazing quote.
I know.
I have found the best quote on commitment that there's possibly out there.
That was a glimpse into you because I will talk about something for so long, and then until you buy into it, you just will dismiss it. And then once you do buy into it, it's like the greatest thing that's ever happened. Like you do that all the time. You did a ton leading up to that show during the week.
Most of us are.
I don't know. No, most people like actually are interested in what their spouses are talking about, and they're listening and they're open-minded.
Well, you talk about football. I'm interested.
I know.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. So top of the hour, we're going to be talking about dedication moving forward. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at StarterHeyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
Hi, I'm Casey Oddie, and I'm the Retail Banking Manager at your local Midwest Bank branch on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Banking may be my job, but supporting the community is what I care most about. Whether I'm showing up at local events, partnering with schools, or helping people reach financial milestones, I am proud to be a part of what makes Lincoln strong. Let's build something together. Stop by and say hi. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways. Tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, call Sean Erickson at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to them. We appreciate Modern Woodmen's support of the Fitness Fanatics. I'm happy to report that Sean actually did show up for his instructing classes, and he has
I had no doubt that
he's taught the last 2 times now. 2 weeks in a row.
I know. I'm sad I haven't been there to hear.
Well, you work every day, so
that's true.
You'll never be there at 8:30.
I'll never be there for a Sean class.
No, unless we can get him to teach later.
Yeah, we'll
talk earlier.
We'll talk about that later.
All right. So big shout out to Modern Woodmen. We appreciate all their support. So hour number 2, we're going to get into dedication is our theme for week 6.
Mm-hmm.
So Nicole, where do we want to start with dedication here today?
Well, I was going to look up the definition, as we like to do.
Yep.
Which is kind of the
You're going to? Did you actually?
I did. I'm just now looking at it as the problem. So I was like, oh, I like this one. So the first one is like about religion, like dedication of babies and stuff like that. But I
don't think that has to deal with fitness.
Well, kind of, because you're dedicating the soul of the child, I guess. I don't know. But
okay.
Anyway, and then the second dedication in the Merriam-Webster dictionary says a devotion or setting aside for a particular purpose, which that has more like, I didn't realize that dedication had so many definitions. This has to do with like a dedication of funds or something.
Okay.
People dedicating songs and books to people. The dedication
like
of a
love
book.
Songs.
Yeah, that's another one. A name, often a message prefix to a literary, musical, or artistic production. And then the fourth one is self-sacrificing devotion and loyalty, which I think that most applies.
Can you read that again? I forgot it already.
Self-sacrificing devotion.
Okay, self-sacrificing, yes.
And loyalty. Her dedication to the cause required hard work and dedication, or Her dedication to her health and fitness required hard work and dedication. So I don't know. I guess we don't look up like dedication, like definitions for stuff. It is kind of funny how we all know that. We know that there's a lot of different meanings of a word, but I thought that was interesting. I'm surprised that was the fourth one before it got to apply to what we are talking about today.
So dedication of a love song is a little bit higher on the list than
that was
like the
first.
old Delilah.
I mean, that was third.
Remember
Yeah.
Delilah?
She had
Bach?
a whole. She had her
Just
whole.
call into the radio show.
She had a whole career based on dedications. Or Casey Kasem.
Yep, Casey
Didn't
Kasem.
he do that
Yeah,
too?
he did. Yeah, he did something for
This song is dedicated to.
Big Long Story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the definition of dedication.
So as we're past week 5 now, getting into week 6, like how does dedication?
Well, the biggest one. Sorry, the biggest part right now that applies with the dedication, as far as like if you have committed to 10 weeks of anything, like we've encouraged everyone to do, even if you're not doing ferals, if you want to do 10 weeks and kind of stick to the, stay the course for 10 weeks, is school is back in session, and that is throwing a wrench in everybody. I feel like I think that this session specifically is the hardest for people to stay dedicated, because you're going from your summer routine to back to school routine. I think that's even harder than going from back to school to summer, because you have to have new routines. Your kids are getting up earlier. You have to get them to school.
And you have a lot more stress in your life with parent drop off.
Oh my gosh.
And pickup.
And uncertainty with that. You don't know how long it's going to take to drop your kids off. So like if you're a morning workout person, if you're working out at 6 a.m., but you have to leave the house by 7:15 to get, beat the rush, then maybe you have to come to work out a little bit earlier now to stay dedicated to your fitness.
Right.
You might have to change your schedule a little bit. Another one that's a big one for our members are teachers.
Definitely. Their
Right.
routines have definitely changed.
I think they have the hardest transition during this time, because they've gone all summer long having a really easy, I can eat my breakfast, my snack, my lunch, my snack, my dinner. I can do this. And then school starts. And that's the biggest thing. I think the hurdle that I've heard from teachers is they just don't have time to get that like really good meal during the day, because they're just always, on the go. So I think that was staying dedicated. And it doesn't mean that you're just doing the same thing. That's part of the dedication, is like coming up with new strategies. So that's what I've talked to a couple members about, like, well, and this is where maybe you want to lean a little bit more on supplements. You want to lean on like a protein shake, have that with you throughout the day. Those quick meals that maybe you didn't have to do before because you were home for long stretches of time. So I think that's the biggest challenge right now for anybody trying to stay committed to their health and fitness goals, is navigating those schedule changes with back to school.
Yeah. And just for the first time in 16 years, we are not dealing with that.
I know. I don't miss
It's
that.
kind of weird. And Bach, your son, he's not in school, right? He's still like, how old is your son?
He's actually 4, so he just went to his first preschool day the other day.
Okay.
On Friday. Yeah.
Proud parenting.
Oh yeah, it was a big moment. I was worried, worried all day, or kind of wondering about the first day of school, but it went well.
Did you have to go through the parent drop off line for this, or is it he started a different time where you just wheel in and there's no cars in line? Start a little bit later.
Yeah, he did start a little bit later,
Okay,
I think,
okay.
so that helps. And the bus is going to generally pick him up, but we dropped him off the first day.
Okay. That's a big moment.
You don't know what you're missing.
Not yet.
And by the time he graduates, you're looking at another 14 years, so you'll be in your 50s.
Yeah.
It goes fast though.
We also didn't have to deal with that the last year because Ben had his own car.
Yeah, I know.
So we didn't have to deal
Year
with
and a
that
half,
as much.
pretty much. 2 years, really. I think he started driving
Oh, sure,
when
probably.
he became a junior.
Yeah, because he got his driver's license the first day of school.
It was a big ordeal because
I
he
know.
failed like 4 or 5 driving tests,
to
and he
stay-
put it off, and I'm like, I am not going through this. I'm not dropping you off. This is like, I was figuring up like how much of my time spent like dropping kids off. And it was at least like 45 minutes to an hour a day, picking them up, dropping them off, especially when they're in two schools. You time it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is 5 hours a week. This is one day
job.
of my life
Yeah.
per month that I spend
I know.
in this car.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
Mhm.
actually, like, you know, going through parent drop off and pick up, like getting into the gym and taking out that added aggression
I
and
am
stress
surprised
and
there's
road
not,
rage
like, more
that you get during that.
altercations at school drop off.
Me
I'm
too.
shocked because I am a road rage person for sure, but it's always internal. Like I had a moment last week, 2 weeks ago when it was raining and the car in front of me was turning off of Vine onto 70th and they were just taking forever. Like they could go.
Put your foot on the gas
It was a
and
green,
drive.
it was a yellow arrow, and I'm like, go in my car. I never
I
in a
just
million years would have like honked or anything. So then we turn, she finally goes, the car goes, and then we get up to O Street and we're lined up together. And I look over and it was a nun.
Uh-oh.
I yelled at a nun. She didn't know, and she was just being cautious. I know, but I was like, go. It didn't save me from yelling go at the next person though later that day when I was turning off of Pioneers onto 70th because that person also wasn't going when they could have gone. But I'm surprised there's not more. Like I am definitely Jeff doesn't like riding the car when I drive because I kind of complain the whole time. It's like this running commentary and it stresses you out. But that's how I cope with it.
You mean you complain as a passenger?
No, I complain as a passenger, but when I'm driving too, and you're always like, why are you so mad? And I'm like, I'm not. This is just how I cope with the traffic. But if I were a more aggressive and confrontational person, I could easily have been one of those honking, yelling out the window parents of like, if you have to get out of your car to help your kid get out, then you're not built for the drop-off line. Like, park your car. It's fine. But I would never say that out loud.
No.
Anyway,
Jake or Bach, when
distracted.
you start going through those, don't be the parent that stops the car, gets out, gives little Johnny a hug,
puts
like
their backpack on their back.
Have a good day, son, and then watch them walk into the school waving like this. No, our kids were lucky if the car stopped. You just get out, just jump out as the
Be
car.
ready. You get up there and you're like 3 cars away, and you're like, all right, get unbuckled, get your backpack on, get your hand on the handle. We're 2 cars away, and then it's like go, go, go. It's like
a pit stop change in the Indy 500.
Go.
It's good to learn this. I didn't know there was so many politics to the drop-off line.
Oh my gosh. You wait.
Yeah.
You don't know until you know. You don't know until you know. So
And it's every school.
Anyway, that does put a wrench sometimes in people's routines. And then that's when dedication has to kick in.
So what
How
are
dedicated you?
a few different good options and strategies to stay dedicated through starting back to school, and also after you get your 5-week results?
Yeah.
Because this is the moment where like you could have, like we had people that have lost 8 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of fat, 12 pounds of fat. And after we're done, I go out and I give them a 12-pound dumbbell. I was like, hold this right here. This is what you've lost. And just hold it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just carry it
Getting
around.
heavy, isn't it? Getting heavy. But sometimes we have really good results and then we're like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Like if we go out and just roll Cincinnati by 40 points. Oh, this was easy. Nebraska. Oh, it's this. But then we get complacent, right? Oh, well, I mean, we don't have to focus enough, or we don't have to log our food. And then you kind of start to, get a little off, and then your results aren't the same as they were the first 5 weeks because we get a little complacent. And on the flip side, the results might not be what we want. And then it's just like, well, this just isn't working.
Right. It goes both ways. It really does. We talk about that every session with people, how someone, like you said, can have great results for the first 5 weeks, and then they start to let their foot off the gas a little bit the next 5 weeks, and those bad habits start creeping back in because they're like, well, I did great. But when I talk to our members, a lot of times, and I've talked about this on the show, I've talked about it the last couple of weeks, with our program and with any type of like plan, even if we talk about our program, but we also kind of compare it to like a training for a half marathon or a marathon. When you're halfway through your training plan of a running plan, like, yeah, you may be 50% into your training plan, but the volume of work that you still have to complete, you're maybe only 30%. Like you've only really done 30% of the work.
If that.
Right. Yes. Like the volume of effort that's still required in the following 5 weeks is much higher, but that also means your potential for change and improvement, you still have 70% of improvement opportunities too.
Yep. And the reason why that is we talk about, the first couple weeks you're doing anything, you're really just in a learning pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes people don't even know what protein is. So there's kind of learning, like
a lot of times
like, oh, what are the different types of
grams
protein?
are in protein are in sorts of things that you're eating. And so you're learning. And then once you learn, then it's just a matter of like continuing to push yourself, work a little bit harder each day. Because now you have, it's like resisting the urge to go on autopilot. Because when you go on autopilot, that's when you get distracted too, and other habits start to creep back in. So I think the biggest thing with dedication is like, especially as things change, schedules change. You can't just assume that what you've been doing for the past 5 weeks is just going to magically fall right in line with your new routine. So it is really looking at what can I do to maximize my time, maximize my planning. So it's like, maybe you have to work out at a different time. Maybe you're having to do some at-home workouts because like, oh, I have to be at school early this day, but I know I'm not going to be able to leave till 4:30, which means I can't maybe make it to a nighttime class. So then you're like, well, then I'm just going to have to work out at home to stay dedicated. Or looking at your nutrition plan of like, I know that I'm not going to be able to sit down and eat a complete meal for lunch. So, I mean, maybe need to eat a little bit more for breakfast. I need to have a snack that I'm eating on the way home, and I need to eat a little bit more for dinner. So like, you just can't assume that everything that you've been doing is what you're not always going to be able to continue to do that for the last part or any part. You guys kind of always have to recalibrate.
Yeah,
I would say. But we were going to talk about, we can talk about in the next segment.
About okay.
So we'll talk about that in the next segment.
Why don't we? I'm going to read a quick text and then we can take it to break. Okay. So this is Bill and Bennett. Bach, this is about parent drop off.
Oh.
So Bill and Bennett text in, says there's always seems to be at least one parent that tries to go through the drop off the wrong way.
That does happen.
Don't be that parent.
Yeah.
Or Sean Erickson was telling me a story about how, like, I don't even know what school his kids go to, but like a elementary school, they let 3 cars in at a time, right? So 1, 2, 3, here we go. And then they let them out. The teachers are there. Teachers are opening doors, like, get the little kid out and here we go. And then the next 3 come in. He said one of the parents like tried to had the kids cross the drop-off zone. Like, she didn't want to get in line.
Right.
To wait.
So she kind of went next to him, and then the kids have to go between cars.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Like, there's all kinds
it's
of stories.
the opposite end of the spectrum.
So
in their defense, I think that's a new system this year.
The three rule.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I've been given, like, Helen, son started going to East, and so I was giving her some pickup and what we did. And Bach, we always made our kids wait, right? So like Ben went to Lux. So right when Lux opened the door at 7:30 or whatever time, he was getting dropped off. So you can wait for 30 minutes. I'm not going to wait. You're going to wait as the kid. And then I'd always pick him up, like,
because you'd have to pick up our daughter at least.
And I know like at Lux, if you weren't picked up by like a certain time, you'd have to go into the library to wait for your parents. So I knew what that time was. So guess when I would pick Ben up? A couple minutes before the time.
Yeah.
And I just whip right on up. He just gets in the car and there's no cars, there's no traffic. So it was all about me.
Yeah, but
All about me.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's its own monster.
Yes, so very grateful we're not doing that.
Nope.
But all right, well, we're going to throw it to break. When we come back, we're going to keep talking about dedication. Nicole has some really good stuff to talk about when we come back. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's. 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at StarterHeyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. So we're talking a little dedication for week 6. So Nicole has a kind of a part-time job. She does. She works at the Legacy in the fitness room.
Yep.
And now the people that she works with are not in their 20s and 30s and
40s or 50s.
40s, 50s that are just, they're too busy to do this and they put this off, put that off. No, the people that she works with in these classes are in their 90s, 80s, 90s. And do you have anybody over 100?
Are you seriously asking me that question?
If somebody just had 100 or 102, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't ask that question. You go ahead.
You're seriously asking me?
Football's 12 days away. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It's going to get worse or it gets better.
Yeah. So I work at the Legacy as a fitness trainer on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's 3 Legacies. They're retirement communities, like independent living and assisted living retirement communities here in Lincoln. And I work at 2 of them. I work at the one in Havelock on Fremont, 56 in Fremont. And then I also work at the Estates, which is 70th and Van Dorn. Not important, but in case you're just curious about the Legacy. So I work there and during the day, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. It's like perfect for what I do, you know? And so the fitness room, basically we have new step machines, which are like recumbent, ellipticals kind of. So you sit down, but you're using your hands and your feet on the new step. And then we also have like these exercise machines that are compressor based. So instead of setting weights with like plates and stuff, we have buttons that we push that increase the resistance with a compressor, which is really cool because it would be a pain in the butt to have to be changing weights constantly. So we just push a button and it changes the resistance on a hamstring, curl, a leg extension. There's a leg press. We have a lat pull down, chest press, back extension. So it's a pretty, robust fitness options.
Yeah.
And then we also work on range of motion with people. So we do things with balance. We do things with just grip strength, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's what the majority of the residents that come down, they do that stuff. We also have classes. It's called Stretch and Tone, and they're 20 to 30 minute fitness classes. And we teach those, and we use a variety of equipment, resistance bands. We use like smaller like balls that we use for stuff. We use pool noodles. Pool noodles are really fun to do, kind of just a lot of exercises with. Anyway, so not every resident uses the fitness center, utilizes it. But yes, Friday we had a resident who her birthday was Friday and she turned 101.
Oh, it was close. 101. Bach, can you imagine?
No.
It would have been close if you wouldn't have said, did you have any residents over 100? And I'm like, that's literally how we started.
You didn't tell me that story on the way in, did you?
No, but I told it to you Friday.
Well, that's a long time.
Or
That's
Saturday.
a long time ago.
Anyway, so her birthday was Friday and she turned 101.
Oh,
I know. I know. And so she came in on her birthday and did her normal 3 days a week. She comes in and does the new step. She comes in and does the new step and everyone's happy birthday, happy birthday. She gets on that and she does her 15, 20, 30 minutes. I can't remember how long she does it. And then she goes and eats breakfast. And then at 11, she comes to the fitness class. And so I taught that class too. So she did her 20-minute stretch and tone class. We used the pool noodles. I love using the pool noodles because they're cut into thirds. So Bach, you can imagine when you gave your toddler a pool noodle, it instantly becomes a weapon, right? Like they're gonna, especially if it's short, it's only like 12 inches.
The lightsaber.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
we're sword fighting. That is very true with people in their 80s, 90s, and 100s. Like, it is a universal.
You got to tell them to tone down.
Oh no, we don't tone it down.
Okay.
We have sword fights.
Okay.
100%. That's part of the fun. When I'm picking up the pool noodles, we will sword fight.
You tell them not to aim for the head. You stay away from the head.
I'm standing, so and they're sitting, so usually we're safe. But they will get each other too. Like they will hit each other if they can. Sometimes the nurses have to walk through, and they are game too, so they'll hit the nurses as they go. It's really fun. It's just universal. You just have to.
Yeah, you're 4 or you're 100. It's still that's how it goes. That's kind of cool.
I know. That's why I love using the pool noodles, because it's just really fun. And some of them are ruthless. Like they'll try to take out my kneecaps. Like they will take me out. And so we did the pool noodle workout, and Lenore's in there, 101, sword fighting at the end of the class. And so
did you do birthday push-ups?
No.
No birthday push-ups?
We didn't do birthday anything.
Okay.
101 of anything.
But they didn't want to do 101 push-ups.
We don't do push-ups.
Okay. Well, you could pretend with the pool noodle.
We could have. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. But 101 of anything is a lot. So we just told her happy birthday. She probably heard happy birthday 101 times. A lot of times. But I just thought that was so cool. It's her 101st birthday. She still came down, did her fitness routine, and like that takes dedication. And I think that with everybody who comes down to the fitness center at the Legacy, and of course you can imagine we have a very wide variety of abilities for people. Some people are in wheelchairs. Some people have to be brought down by nurses. We have to help transfer them from their chair to their machine, help them get them back off and stuff like that. Other people come down completely on their own. Some people have walkers, like a wide range of abilities for these members. But the dedication that they have, I can guarantee you that resident, she didn't start working out when she turned 100 or 101. Like this wasn't part of her life. This was part of her life for a long time, some type of physical activity. And so we also have some other residents that we have a resident that comes down every day and runs like 1.37 miles on the treadmill, usually. There's a little give or take, and he has been an elite level runner in the past. He will tell me every time he is on his 3rd trip around the world, because he tracks his mileage. So he's done the equivalent of he's working on his 3rd trip around the world.
And
I don't know what the mileage is.
He's 98.
No, that's not the same resident.
Oh, shoot. I was so confident.
No.
Dang it.
I
was so confident.
I don't see 98-year-olds running on the treadmill.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was 98.
Oh.
Never mind.
We were having conversation about 2 different people in the car.
All right.
But they were 2 different people. I definitely said their names. I'm not saying their names right now just because. But this is like not healthcare stuff. But he comes down every day and flat runs. I mean, he runs. He gets off and he is like huffing and puffing and harder than I work when I run. I don't push myself that hard. He does it every single day. And there wasn't a time where he was like, he's done marathons. He tells me stories every time about marathons that he's done. He's done the New York Marathon. He's done, like, it's really cool to hear all the stories of the marathons that he's completed and the people he's met along the way. There was probably a time where he realized, okay, I probably can't do marathons anymore. He still stayed dedicated to his routine, to the fact that he still runs. Like, when he was in his 40s, the thought of running 1.37 miles a day probably felt like a waste of time based on the volume and level of fitness he was at. But over the years, he's, adapted, but he's kept that dedication to like his health. And so I thought I just am always very inspired by the residents. We do have a resident that's 98 that and that's the other thing, like with the dedication, I think that dedication and like stubbornness is kind of synonymous. Like if you've met someone who is very dedicated to their fitness routine to the detriment of their bodies sometimes, like I'm that way, where I, had a pretty bad back injury and it took me 10 months to make an appointment for an MRI, and I completed market to market the day before my MRI. So like that's dedication, but that's also stubbornness. So you'll see that in people. And that's what this resident who's 98, he will still come down, and he does one of the highest resistance on the new step. And sometimes he'll be like, oh, I don't know how long I can do today. He always does the same amount of time, even though he says that. And then I'll say, well, we can lower the resistance. And he's like, absolutely not. He does not want to do less.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to make it easier for himself because he's, very dedicated. So I thought that was just very inspiring. It's very cool to see. In July, we did a shadow boxing class, and me and Vanessa, who's one of our instructors who's been on the show before, and she's talked about, because she works at the Legacy too, and that's what we talked about on the show is like that exercise for longevity. Her and I both taught the classes at the 3 Legacy locations, and it was really fun to see them build confidence in their coordination abilities of kickboxing, shadow boxing. It was mostly seated, but that was really cool. But none of those people waited until they were, in their 80s and 90s and hundreds.
In their hundreds. So they probably wouldn't be here.
I know. Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see. And the other thing about it is, and this part is important too about fitness, is it's a really big social part of their day too. And I think that's why people who thrive in group fitness, that's what they really enjoy about it too. It's going to one place, being around like-minded individuals, being able to have conversations with people while you're doing the exercise. I think that's a really big part of fitness too. That's why people do run groups. That's why people do group fitness. So if like you've struggled to do stuff on your own and keep that commitment, dedication, all that stuff, maybe, finding a group is something that would be beneficial. Or like we see sometimes with our members, people will sign up for Farrell's and it is clearly group fitness. Like from beginning, we were telling you, you have your class time, you have a coach, we're trying to keep you involved. But if you just come in and you don't talk to anybody, you do the workout and you leave, then you're missing out on that big component of like seeing the same people every day. You're part of their transformation. They're part of your transformation.
Right.
And you can just be just as happy for other people kind of as you are for yourself. Right.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll show up for other people before we'll show up for ourselves.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Kind of how it is.
Yeah. 100%. But that was all. I was just going to tell that story because there's lots of stories about residents.
Yeah.
That's use the fitness room and they stay active and it helps them. You see it when, inevitably there's a lot of falls, not in the fitness room, but just in general. And a lot of times people who've been to the fitness center are bounce back faster. Their health is better. Like I said, their social interactions are better. That was the one thing about the resident that turned 101. It was a big deal. Obviously, it's a small community, so everyone knows, and so everyone's like, "Oh, it's so and so's 101st birthday." And one of the other residents was like, "And she." Okay, so Jeff, you've played pitch, right?
Yep.
Is pitch what your grandma plays?
Yep. Yes.
Played.
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever played pitch, Bach?
I have, but I can't remember the rules exactly, but I remember teamwork and stuff.
Yeah, you're with the team and you bid on how many points you bid, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then
you have to work together.
You have to rely on your teammate to throw the 3 or whatever to get the points. And if you get the points, then so it is a kind of a blind teamwork because you don't know what your partner has, and then so yes.
So pitch and. Jeff, and you can attest to this. I don't know if I've ever played with your family because your family is very cutthroat when it comes to card games, and I'm just not competitive enough for that. But there's stories about like your grandma being like legit, like angry.
Oh yeah, if you were her partner, you better come through.
Right.
With some help.
Right. So I don't know why anyone would want to be her partner because that's would have wanted to be her partner. There's a lot of pressure, but it's fun. And I'm not a big card game person, but your family was. But so at the Legacy, they'll do pitch tournaments. But like on the schedule, it doesn't just say pitch. It says pitch for fun. So, that's like a subliminal.
Pretty soon they'll be getting those they'll bring in the pool noodles with them. And if you don't throw in that 3, then you're
going to whack the pool noodle. It cracks me up when they call it pitch for fun because they don't call it bingo for fun. There's no other like activity that they have on their schedule that they add for fun to the end of. So, it's like cutthroat. And so this resident who just turned 101, she still plays in the pitch tournaments. And one of the other residents was like, she is really she is so sharp when it comes to pitch. And I'm like, man, that would be so intimidating. Playing pitch.
Oh, I'd love to be there playing pitch with those ladies in their hundreds. That'd be amazing.
They will hurt your feelings. I'm telling you right now.
That would be awesome. No, that is good, being dedicated at that age. And
yeah,
it's probably one of the reasons why they reach that age.
Right. And they have, and obviously they are now in a controlled environment, so they're able to have a really good set routine. So, but that is the importance of setting a routine for yourself, because if you just wake up and you're like, well, I'm going to work out 6 days this week, but then you do nothing to actually plan for it. You don't set your alarm early to go to a morning class. You're just like, well, if I wake up early enough, I'll go to 5 a.m. If not, I'll pick up an afternoon class. You're not going to stay dedicated to that. Like you have to have, and so that's how these residents are. They're very regimented on their schedule, but that's what helps them succeed. That was what helps them do everything that they want to do in a day. So they have a very set routine to the point where sometimes residents will like come to the fitness room. This isn't even a memory thing. This is just how dedicated their like routine is. They'll come to the fitness room in the morning and then they'll go do something and they'll go back to their apartment and they'll maybe fall asleep. And then they'll wake up and they'll come back to the fitness room because they think it was the next day. Because that's just what they do. They're like, they wake up, they go to the fitness room. And you've already been here today. And they look a little kind of sleepy still. And I'll be like, did you think that it was the next day? And then the person I had this conversation with, he was like, well, I was wondering why I didn't feel as rested as I normally do. Like it was not a memory issue at all. It was just like, oh, I wake up, it's a new day, I go to do this. And so that's what helps them be successful. And stay like have a set routine, which is important. You're not accidentally going to exercise and eat right every day. It's not an accident.
No, especially the eating. You just, like we talked about, you just don't accidentally get enough protein in. You really have to plan for it. We can accidentally get carbs in because they're in everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So just a couple tools, for the next 5 weeks, because now with our 5-week testing in the rearview mirror, actually really week 6 and 7 are kind of like, oh, the week 10 seems so far away. Like, for example, Bach, the end of our 10-week challenge is the day before we play Michigan.
Ooh,
Doesn't that sound like it's
really far?
So far from right now?
It seems like, yeah.
Like we still got to get through next week, 3 games before we get to Michigan. Like, so it just seems like it's just forever from now till the end of the challenge. So it's really, you got to kind of think back to what we talked about at the beginning on how to be successful. And that's interacting with your teammates and tracking your food and knowing what you're eating.
Reassess your goals.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because usually our members will see their biggest transformations weeks 8, 9, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we get so close to the big transformations where your body is finally, and it's in that fat burning mode. And you're like, okay, here we go. But then we hit the self-sabotage button.
100%. We see that at week 5 all the time. I'm trying to remember who I was talking to about self-sabotage and knowing that you're weighing in on for Thursday, for example, and people will like go out to Mexican on Wednesday. And I'm like, that was a little bit of self-sabotage. You're like, and one meal isn't going to make or break your results.
Right.
And we know that. So I'm not like, you shouldn't have done that. But it was like, you kind of probably did that a little bit. So then if your results aren't as good as you thought, then in the back of your head, you could be like, well, if I hadn't had that.
You could blame something else
yes.
instead of what
Right.
you've done for the first
And
4 weeks.
you don't even know you're really doing it. Like, it's not like you're planning to be like, oh, I'm going to do this. I think most of the time when people, like, something came up, they had a meeting or whatever.
Food day at work.
Right. And they're planning on being disciplined during that time, but then you're immersed in it and you have a heart. That's another thing they talked about on The Biggest Loser, some of those ridiculous temptation challenges that they had, which is such a like psychological
right,
whatever.
Right.
But like, you don't intend to do that, but then you get into the moment and it just happens. And then you're like, oh shoot, I have to weigh in tomorrow. But then it's a built-in, like, you know, fail safe of like, well, that's because I ate some chips and salsa the day before.
Well, and if you work at the ticket, you get Valentino's brought in.
week,
I mean,
you work,
Bach, he gets all
right.
kinds of just free
We don't get
pizza
that on the
and
weekends.
Mexican and yeah, we don't get food on the
Except
Sunday
the
show.
jerky.
Yeah, we've gotten jerky a couple times, but that's about it. I mean, we don't get Good Sense or you know, nothing like what you guys get, or Muchachos bring stuff in. You guys get all kinds of food. I see tacos are brought in, pizza. Yeah.
So you could have the best intentions, but like, it's not like you intend to make a bad choice, but sometimes it just
and,
happens.
You know, you don't want
Human
to be
nature.
You don't want to be rude and not eat the pizza that they bring in, right? I'd be like, yeah, I'll have a few slices.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break, so stay with us. We'll wrap it up here on the other side. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly, no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back here. We just got a few minutes while we wrap up our episode here today. So we've kind of all done with our dedication. Nicole had a quick story, funny story.
About sports.
Yeah, she actually wants to bring up sports these last few minutes.
Kind of.
And
So-
what's next week? Are we in... I don't even... What are we for next week?
Is Indomitable Spirit.
All right.
Yep.
That'll be awesome. So that'll be next week.
Yep.
All right. So Nicole, we got a couple minutes. Go ahead.
So Jeff, I know you didn't, but Bach, did you listen to the New Heights podcast with Taylor Swift?
I didn't. I've heard a little bit about it.
Okay.
So, but no, I'm not. I don't know too much.
Right.
about it.
Okay. I'm interested to know how many ticket listeners have listened to this podcast. So Katie, our daughter, and I, she's a big Ravens fan. With our son, her and our son are big Ravens fans and big football fans. And so but not Chiefs. We don't like the Chiefs, but on the way home from Kansas City on Thursday, we listened to the podcast just out of curiosity, really. Like, she doesn't even like Taylor Swift, really. I'm fine. Taylor Swift's music is fine. I like some of her songs. I would definitely not consider myself a Swiftie, but I do like their podcast. Jason and Travis are kind of funny sometimes. And I've never listened to their full podcast. I've only seen clips. Anyway, so we're listening. There is some funny takes on there. If you've seen the clips about Taylor Swift talking about what she thought football games were. Have you seen those clips?
I haven't seen that.
So she, on their very first date, she asked Travis, like, what's it like being on the field and facing off against your brother? And he's like, well, we're never on the field at the same time. We're both on offense. So, and she thought that everyone was on the field at the same time. She thought that the quarterbacks were like facing off.
Well, you would think that if you're like, oh, it's Manning versus Brady.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they're doing sword fights out there.
And for some reason, she said, I thought that Jared Goff and Jason Allen were on the field at the same time, which I thought was kind of a weird, I don't know, kind of thing that she would say. Like, she didn't say Patrick Mahomes or whatever. So she thought all the players were on the field at the same time, which was really funny. And she's obviously learned a lot since then. But the funny story is Katie's starting to come around a little bit while we're listening to this, to Taylor Swift. She's like, oh, maybe I'll watch that Eras Tour documentary. She's like, maybe I've been, sleeping on Taylor Swift. And then towards the end of the podcast, Jason asks Taylor what was her favorite moment as a rookie NFL fan. And so the first year that her and Travis started dating, and she said, I think it'd have to be the AFC championship game. And for those who don't know, it was the Chiefs and the Ravens. And so I know. So she says, it was definitely the AFC championship game. And then Travis immediately says, in Baltimore. And Katie was like, F Travis, F Taylor. Like, so mad. It was hilarious. So Taylor Swift earned and lost a fan all in just 1 2-hour episode, because then they talked about, how she just had never been out on the field before, and the media. And so it was kind of funny. That was my story, but because that's how much of a fan she is. And she knew. I saw her face. So even before Travis said in Baltimore, and then I told Ben the story, and I watched his face too, and his the exact same face when she said AFC Championship game. We all know.
Yeah,
they won. The heartbreak. I'm just saying, we all know as fans, football fans, when it's a game like that and your team lost, and then the other side brings it up, right?
I think she was just on the field looking for Lamar. See if he was available, right?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just kidding.
So has anybody listened to it?
Nobody's texted in. Nobody cares about Taylor Swift except Chiefs fans.
I know. It was good, but I'm pretty diplomatic when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm not a big I was never a big Travis Kelce fan. He kind of won me over a little bit, not as a fan, and I will never be a Chiefs fan, but as a boyfriend. I thought, he was pretty respectful. Jason's hilarious.
Didn't you say that I should listen and respect what you have to say? Listened and respected Taylor.
The way that Travis looked at Taylor while she was talking is the level of that you do not give me on this show.
Well, they haven't been married for 27 years, so we'll see.
But no, it was really good. But the best part was Katie she was really starting to maybe come around okay, she's actually, she's a pretty good human. And then absolutely not.
Yeah.
She's not interested.
All right. Well, that wraps it up here. We will be back here next week. We'll do a little recap of the first college football Saturday as well. Bach, I know you're cheering for Iowa State to beat Kansas State.
Oh, right?
Yep.
Go Cyclones.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Have a great week, and we'll be back next time. 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
If the power is out, keep your fridge and freezer closed. Perishable food lasts 4 hours in the fridge, and frozen food lasts up to 2 days if it stays below 40 degrees. See more tips at les.com/safety.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your